All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here. Just relax. Now, like I said, I respond to all my DMs and comments myself. So if you got an issue, put it in the DM. If you got a comment, it's positive or it can help the youth, put it in the comments. But I'm not gonna go back and forth with the foolery in the comments because that's for little boys, and we don't do that here. We ain't little boys. Now, this one is for Dems and Limbs or Swine and Cancer. This one of my subscribers, he put a long, lengthy message that he had a concern with, but he addressed it positively, and I respect that. So I'm gonna give you an answer to your question. Now, he's speaking on me saying that dude from Indiana was a real man, even though he was putting feces and urine and rotten egg in a shampoo bottle, like I showed yesterday, in a bottle, let it sit and ferment, shake it up, get it smelling real nasty, then bust the top, and the fumes stunk up that whole area behind me and even went over to the next unit. That's how bad it was. Now, he said for me to make the message clear because, a real man stays home and takes care of his family and things like that, which I agree 100%, Dems. Now, let me explain that to you so you understand. We talking about two different worlds right now. Two different worlds right now with two different rules. One has basically no rules. We're talking about the penitentiary life. In the real world, out here where I'm at today, where I'm sitting at right now, Dems is 100% right. A real man take care of his family, feed his kids, is there for his loved ones and there for his friends, and try and elevate to the next level with a legal job to be able to stay out there and continue to do that. That's a real man in society. But now, what I'm giving you is prison, all right? To deter the youth from wanting to go there so they understand what a real man is in prison. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the opposite of society. So you can't try and say a man out here is supposed to be a man in there. No, it don't work that way. We wish it did in the same world, maybe it would. But in there, everything changed because the environment and the people change. You know how they say when you go to Rome, you do as the Romans do? Okay, now, we in the prison. You got the police that's disrespecting you. They're locking you in at night. They go do a shakedown. They step on their bed with their big boot print, on your sheet, and then don't want to give you another sheet and definitely not giving you an apology. Now, when you go to the hole, you're allowed to get, the rules are you're supposed to get laundry changed like 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is where you get clean underwear, t-shirts, and socks. And, you get to change your towels in twice a week. Now, these are the rules that they're supposed to follow in the SHU. But the administration, they don't do that. They do what they want to do. In other words, they got to go to each cell that you see behind me with a cart with underwears, t-shirts, socks, towels, and go to each cell and, you give out your a set, you get back a set. You give out 2 sets, you get back 2 sets. So that's how we change our underwear in the SHU, because they don't have laundry where you put it in a bag and send it out. So, and you only get to wear the underwear that's designated for the SHU. So now, here it is, you're supposed to be waiting to get your clean underwear because all weekend you've been in there working out, washing the underwear out yourself, doing what you got to do, sweating in the bed, sweating, working out. And then now here comes Monday and they supposed to give out, clean, undergarments. But instead you go to the yard to go work out. In the morning, not instead. In the morning, you go work out because you're getting clean laundry that evening. So now when you go work out, you come back and you waiting for the administration to come through with that cart with these clean undergarments so that you could trade out your old ones and then take a shower, Now, the administration, instead of doing that, they're sitting up in the front, they're hanging out, they didn't have cell phones back then, but that's equivalent to you going to the toll booth and you waiting to pay your toll and the line backed up 30 minutes, and when you finally get up there to the toll, the person at the toll booth is on their phone texting. You know what I mean? And they telling you to hold on, while you waiting to get where you got to go, and you've been sitting there for an hour, but they've been texting and working in between doing their job. Of course, you want to cuss them out, but we in a civilized world, so we don't. We patiently wait, we give them our money, and then we tell them thank you, and then we drive through the toll. But now, in the prison, we talking about things that's detrimentally needed for your hygiene, your health, and everything else. So now, when we waiting on the cart to come, and the police is up there playing games, playing cards with each other, rapping to the female police that's up there, whatever is going on, we sitting there and we wonder like, yo, you know what I mean? When they gonna bring these underwears? So now we start yelling for the CO. The CO don't come. Then the CO finally decide to make a rounds. A rounds is where they walk down the tier, look at every cell, make sure nobody's hanging up, nobody doing nothing wrong or detrimental or harmful to themselves or they celly. So now this is what's going on. So now they walk there, I say, CO, when you gonna do the laundry? And he's like, man, I'll get to it when I get to it, And you're like, yo, but I went out to rec from 8 o'clock this morning, and I've been in here waiting to change my clothes. Y'all supposed to do it at 2 o'clock. You didn't even do it at 2 o'clock. I can't get in the shower till I get my clean clothes. And they're like, well, I don't know what to tell you. So now you behind a fence, you behind that cage, and a man is telling you, I'm not giving you nothing clean. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I don't know what to tell you. Lay down, and as they say in prison, giving y'all another terminology, press your bunk. You know what I mean? Police telling you to press your bunk. You can't get to them because you're on the other side of the fence. 9 times out of 10, these COs are guys that, growing up in school, they was being bullied by, us street dudes that was on the street, but now they have us captive in a cage, so they feel they could talk to us and do what they want to do to us. So there's no way to get to them. So Dems, I just want you to pay attention. Not saying it's right, because now when I'm in the shoe, I try and act civilized. When the CO come through, I say, excuse me, sir, can I? You know what I mean? Excuse me, sir, can I? And 9 times out of 10, they're a decade younger than me or more, but I'm still addressing them as sir, trying to be respectful. And they'll tell you, okay, no problem. You know what I mean? I take care of that when I make my next rounds. Next rounds come, he walk through or somebody else walk through, and you be like, yo, where's the CO? He told me he was going to bring me a new towel or whatever, or bring me some writing paper or, a pencil to write my loved ones, And he'd be like, man, I don't know what he told you, man. This is my first time coming through. Okay, excuse me, officer, can you get me a pen and a paper so I can write my loved ones? Yeah, I'll send somebody down with it. An hour go by, they still don't come back with it. So now they come down, you say, excuse me, can I get something to write with? I told both police that made their rounds when they came through an hour and a half ago, and I still haven't gotten it. They say, all right, well, you wait. When they bring it, they bring it. Now, you locked in the cell 23 hours a day, Dems. You know what I mean? Yes, we put ourselves in that situation to be locked in that cell. We got that because, I know all the civilian talk, But now we in this new world right here. And we're entitled to get our writing paper and pens, and we're not getting it. Well, I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm being respectful. All the brothers is hearing Unique being on some gentleman time, being respectful. But then here goes my man, Indiana. They come through, and Indiana pulls out that feces bottle. You know what I mean? And say, yo, don't let me bust this top and throw this on you, man. Bring me some pens, some paper and some pencils. And a matter of fact, bring me a couple of rolls of toilet paper too, man. You know what I mean? And the CO was like, okay, I got you, Indiana. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, well, you need to hurry up. And they go right off the tier, come back and bring him back what he needed. You sitting there waiting on yours because you were just being respectful. And say, excuse me, did you bring me any paper or whatever? Nah, I ain't bring you none. You understand what I'm saying? So now, the nice guy don't work. The ignorant guy works. Because like when they give out the stuff, when they don't have the bars like that and they got the solid doors with the little slot in the door, they open the slot. Now, when they open the slot and bring the food, bring the stuff in there, let me see if I can pull up that hallway, let you see what that look like. You know what I mean? When they open the slot and bring the food up, I'm trying to get to the hallway, one of them hallways, so you can see how it look, But when they open the slot and they bring the stuff to you, like see that little slot right there on that dark green door, you know what I mean? Right here next to me. That slot opens up. Right there where my fingers is at. I don't know how to point to it. Right where my hand is at. That slot drops down when that door is closed, and that's how they hand you your stuff through the doors instead of the bars on the other side. The most serious dudes they put on the other side behind the door so they don't have access to throw the feces or whatever. So now they know when they go by those cells and they open that door up to go give you something, you get those cocky police that'll tell you, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not bringing you no writing paper. I'm not bringing you no pencils. You get that on the next shift. I came to do my 8 hours to go relax and not run back and forth up here for you dudes. Y'all should have stayed on the compound if y'all want your pencils and your writing paper. You know what I mean? So now when they come through and they open that up to feed you, because they got to feed you. And only way to get the stuff in other than open the whole door is to open that slot. So when they bust that slot to feed you, you got dudes like Indiana that'll stick their whole forearm out the slot. You know what I mean? That's called jacking the slot. So I'm giving y'all another terminology. So now Indiana jacks the slot. He put his hands out there and he tell a man, you know, I'm holding the slot hostage. Go get me some writing paper. Go get me some pencils. Go get me some toilet paper. And a matter of fact, get me some laundry. And the police like, man, close the door. I can't feed the other, inmates unless you close the slot. He's like, man, well, ain't nobody getting fed. You understand what I'm saying? You're bringing me what I need to get, and I need to get it now. Now I know y'all sitting there thinking, damn, he's stopping other dudes from eating. Nah, he ain't stopping other dudes from eating. The police just running that fake scam and they trying to get us to be mad at him. But we know that he been waiting all day for stuff, and we know sometimes you got to be uncivilized to get what you got coming in a normal civilized world. So now he got his arm out the slot and the police trying to close the slot. They can't slam the slot on his arm because they got cameras in the hallway. So they'll see him slamming the slot. So now they got to talk him out of closing the slot. So when he got it open, he tell him, man, go get me this, go get me the paper, go get me the pen. Now they go get all that, they come back. You know, now could I get the slot back? Nah, go get me some clean laundry too. You know? So now they go get him some clean laundry, bring him everything he need. So now he like, man, I still ain't closing the slot. So they go down and they feed the rest of us. So they feeding the rest of us, you know, I might say, excuse me, officer, when you get a chance, could you bring me some writing paper and a pencil? I'd like to write a letter to my daughter. And the first thing he gonna tell you is, you know, yeah, I'm dealing with a situation in the front. You understand? Yeah, the situation is you not wanting to do your job and bring the pens and paper, pencils and paper. You keep saying pens, and I gotta keep correcting that because in the shoe, you're not allowed to get a pen. You know what I mean? So now, because a pen is a weapon. So now he's sitting there and he's telling you, I'm dealing with a situation in the front. Yeah, you deal with the same situation that you're trying to create with me because you don't want to do your job by just bringing us what we need when we need it. You know, that's what the rule book says. You know, a matter of fact, you know, Indiana, you know, get that bottle out, you know? So now I'm going to yell down there and tell Indiana, get the bottle out. So now I'm down with the BS, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to hype my man up, you know? Indiana, get that bottle out, man. He think we playing down here. I don't try to miss the nice guy. That don't work. Now he's sitting here talking his crap about he got a situation dealing with you, you know? And he's like, oh, but you ain't got to say it twice, New York. He bust the bottle out. You understand what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, when he come back, I'm throwing this on him, you know? So now the police scared to come back up the tier. So now he calls on the radio to show you how crazy this world is. Now he calls on the radio and he tells us, man, yo, please bring down the cart with the pencils and the writing paper and cleaning supplies. So now they want to bring down what they got because my man Indiana done pulled out the feces bottle and ready to throw it on them. But you see how this world works? You know, not saying it's right, Dems. I'm just letting you know that that's what it is. But now let me explain this because that was your question. Your question was, you know, how could he be a real man doing that? He's a real man because he's standing up for what he got coming by any means necessary. That's what being a real man is. Standing for what you have coming, for demanding your respect and what you have coming. Just like you go to work for 8 hours and they promise you $10 an hour, You know what I mean? You want your $80. If you don't get it, or you go there and the work conditions is unhumane, I'm talking about in society, then they have ways that they deal with that, which they picket, they go to the union and things like that. And then they call them whistleblowers because they done told that they're not paying them or not cleaning the bathrooms that the females have to sit down on, or they have to sit down on and defecate, in that factory on the street. So you go and you make your complaint. But in the prison, when you write a grievance and you send it in saying they're not bringing pens, not bringing this, not doing that, when you do that, then now that's going to go to one of their co-workers that they're having dinner with and playing with their kids at night. They're friends. So whatever you put on that, you ain't got coming. So we got to create our own rules in order to get what we need in the prison. You understand? So when I say he a real man, meaning he gonna stand up to fight with the homies if the homies get into something, because you don't let your comrade go. The same way, so y'all understand, and the brother Dems don't get it confused. He tell me to keep it clear. So if it's something that's not clear, please explain it. Put it in the comments and be respectable like the brother Dems was. Now, when you sitting there and you got an issue, with when the deuces go off. The deuces is when, there's a problem, there's a fight in the jail, and all the police come. All the police come and they all representing each other as one. You know what I mean? As a unit to get everything under control. So that's how the police roll. Now, when something go down and it's, one race against another, or one group against each other, one car against each other. Now, when that happened, we come together as one to, be a stronger force against the opposition of the other car. You understand where I'm coming from? The same way the police come together to get a stronger force against us, the convicts, because we're another car. So pay attention now. I mean, this is tricky. Don't try and make civilized world equivalent to prison world. There's two different things with two different rules. One is lawless, and one is law. Society is law. The law is you be a real man, you get a job, you take care of your family, and you stay home and you don't break the law. That's the real world. You know what I mean? But we violated because we broke the laws of that real world and wound up within the prison system. Now we're in the prison system and we get people working in the prison system that breaks the laws of the prison and don't want to give us what we got coming when we need it coming. So now we have to take our extreme force to get it, which is the feces bottle. The same way their extreme force is when they come and they mace us. When they shoot tear gas in, when they run in with the goon squad, that's their extreme force. Our extreme force is we throwing feces on them, we jacking the slot. You understand what I'm saying? That's our extreme world. And that's being a man, demanding what you have coming. Not saying it's right, but in prison, it is right. Because like I said, when you try and be respectful, like I was being respectful and say, excuse me, officer, man, get some writing paper and pencils. And he tell me, man, yeah, all right, I got you. And never come back. The shift changed 2 days later. I'm still trying to get something to write with. But then here go this dude acting a fool, done jacked the slot. You understand? Got his arm out the slot, got the feces bottle ready to throw on him, and now they running down there to cater to him. So, Dems, you right. Now they showing us that only way to get what you want is to act uncivilized. Uncivilized. Because when you act civilized, you get nothing from these people. I was in there 26 years. And I agree with you, Dems. It's crazy that, I stayed on respectable time. That's why I'm sitting here in this chair, a free man, after having life plus 20 years in federal prison and serving 26 and a half years in prison. Because I didn't fall off into that. Being a real jail nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I did that at the beginning of my bid. Got my teeth knocked out, ribs busted up, nuts swollen this big, sent to 88 for 5 years, spent 10 years in and out the shoe. I did that. But But then there's a time when you say, Dems, you know, brother, that's why I agree with you. When you say, man, y'all, something got to change, because bottom line is I'm going to die in here running around, you know what I mean, being a real jail nigga. You know what I mean? So that's why you get people come on here and they say, oh, guys be doing prison stories and they be glamorizing. No, it's not glamorizing. It's just telling you the facts and details of what go on within the belly of the beast. And I'm hoping to prevent the youth from going down that path to have to experience this twisted way of thinking. So if you don't want to have to go in there and get feces thrown on you, or having a jacket slot to get a clean underwear, you know what I mean? Or to get a piece of paper and a pencil to write your family, you know what I mean? Don't break the law. It can't be no more clearer than that. Because once you go in there, that's when you create your own rules for survival. I waited 3 days to get a pen and paper to write my loved ones. But Indiana got it in 3 minutes. So now it got me thinking, man, I need to be like Indiana to get what I need. But then I said, damn, and I ain't going to be able to get home to my kids, man. Then how am I going to do this YouTube to help y'all do what you doing? You know what I mean? Hit the like button in the Cash App, man. I ain't hit y'all with the Cash App in a minute. Hit that Cash App. You know what time it is, right there on the screen. Let's stop the game. The game is to be sold, not told. You can sit in your living room and get the game and get the horror stories of what's happening within the prison without even getting off your couch. I'd rather you get it that way than have to go get it by a baton over your head. By being locked in one of these cells for 5 years like I have. You don't think that's warranted a Cash App for me to give you this game to keep in your conscious mind, not to wind up in these people prison? But like I said, PBS, they get ready to have their little fundraiser. CBS get ready to have their fundraiser. And the Europeans donate to their cause to keep their channels going. You see what I'm saying? But then now, as you know, us minorities on this YouTube, our friends and supporters and fans say, oh, you know, oh, he's begging, he's this, he's a kingpin, he's doing this, he's doing that, all these excuses. But you sit here watching every day for free. But yet you pay your cable bill. That's a Cash App. You pay for Showtime. That's a Cash App. Just like the Vlad interviews I'm doing. You know what I mean? Vlad see that they don't want the Cash App, so Vlad said, okay, if y'all want to see the whole Unique Mecca audio video, you got to subscribe to my channel and give me a Cash App for $7 or $6 to watch the whole interview, or watch it in pieces the way I choose to give it to you, because this is my show and this is how I'm going to get my money out of you, being that you don't want to voluntarily give it to me. You don't take nothing I'm saying the wrong way, man. But, you know, there's a method to everyone's madness and you might not understand it, but that's why we have to work together to be able to keep each other moving and elevating to the next level. Nothing I'm looking at around me, you know, was free. Everything had to be paid for, but yet y'all want the game for free. Come on, family. You know, where we do that at? Where we do that at? But anyway, let me get back to the story, man. I got a little caught off rambling. I just want y'all to understand how important the Cash App is to all of us, even the big channels, the little channels. Show your appreciation, or at least just hit the like button. If you're not going to consider Cash App, hit that like button. That's free. You know, dudes watch and don't even want to hit the like button and loving it and keep coming back every day to watch. But it's so hard to show respect and support to just hit the like button. I know nobody talk to y'all like this, but that's why Unique Mecca Audio, we here to give you the game. That's why, like I tell you, the game is to be sold, not told. That's why I don't do a lot of live. Today, I'm going to do a live on that Gunner situation. I wasn't even going to do it because, like I said, I don't be feeling it because you up there talking for 2 hours and nobody want to give you nothing for giving them game for 2 hours, for entertaining them for 2 hours. But I might do something on that Gunner thing today, man. You know, I can do something better than that for free. I could watch TV, play some music, play with my grandkids or whatever. And, you know, I'm getting rewarded by the love from my grandkids. I'm not even getting the love from y'all from a like button, much less a Cash App. But I'm going to try it today. I'm going to give y'all a joint. I'm going to break down that Gunner situation so y'all understand in layman terms what's going on with him making a plea. Because I'm skimming at some of these YouTube joints. And yes, I've donated Cash App to the ones that I've watched and when they give me good content. Now, I'm skimming through some of the YouTube joints and I see, you know, people are talking about, oh, he got the alpha pre, he not doing this, he not doing that, he not telling. Yo, I'm going to just say this because I don't know if I'm even going to do it tonight because I'm so disappointed. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just say this, man. Bottom line, the government spend $1 million, over $1 million to put these boys behind prison. Over $1 million to put them behind prison investigating. Tapping phones, following them, paying officers, paying investigators. They spent all that money on these people to put them behind bars. And then y'all want to sit there and debate. Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all want to debate if he's going to have to testify or tell or not. You tell me, the government say, okay, I'm going to let you go with time served. You don't think he had to give them anything? We know the government gave him his freedom. But what did he give them? You heard a snippet of it when he acknowledged that the YSL, exists. That's all they needed. But we're going to get into that later on, man. But, that's what it is. Dems, I just wanted to respond to that because I try and show people I respond to everything, all the call-outs and everything else. If you like this video, if y'all want me to do this joint on, what's the name, that Gunner situation to break that down, let me know. But just use common sense, man. The government going to get this man time served, let him go after they spent millions of dollars, you know what I mean? And just say, okay, you ain't got to do nothing for that. We're just going to let you go as long as you plead guilty. Come on, man. But anyway, you know what I mean? Big shout out, to all my supporters. I appreciate y'all. Been on here long enough, want to get this video out. Man, hit the like button, Cash App, and cop the book of Roar and Harlem, man. The game is to be sold, not told. Love y'all to death, but somebody need to tell y'all what it is. All right? So that's where we at right now. So let me just tap out and let y'all know that... Mecca what? Mecca audio. All right.